I remember the day I found out everything was a lie. It was late evening when I sat at my kitchen table, staring at the crumpled piece of paper in my hand. Divorce papers, signed and sealed, yet I hadn't even seen it coming. For years, I had poured my heart into building a life with Sarah, believing we were in it together, that she was my partner, my confidant. But behind my back, she was planning her escape, weaving a web of lies so carefully that I was blind to it until the very moment she handed me the final blow. That day, I felt my world shatter, not just because of the betrayal, but because I had given everything, my time, my money, my dreams, to support her, only to be discarded like an old shirt once she found her new life. I was the fool who believed in loyalty, in love that was supposed to be forever. But she had been planning her exit for months, maybe longer, secretly plotting her way out while I worked late nights trying to keep us afloat. I remember the cold dread crawling up my spine as I saw her packing her bags, the faint scent of her perfume lingering in the air. A cruel reminder that she'd been living a double life, one I never suspected. And that moment, standing there, betrayed and helpless, I knew I had to do something, not just to reclaim my dignity, but to make her pay for the years she stole from me, for the trust she shattered. I started quietly, gathering evidence, emails, texts, little things she thought I'd never notice. I hid a voice recorder in my car, listening to her lies, her promises that she'd stay, all the while planning her departure. Every night I felt the fire grow hotter inside me, anger mixed with a deep, aching sense of loss. I could have just let her go, let her walk away with what little she wanted, but that wasn't enough. I wanted justice. I wanted her to feel the weight of her betrayal, to see that loyalty isn't just a word, it's a currency I'd still demand payment for. So I devised a plan, carefully, coldly, like a chess master. I knew her routines, her secrets, her weaknesses. I set up a camera in her office, an unassuming device I bought online, and waited. When she came in one evening, after I had left for work, I watched her through my phone. Her face slipping into the tired guise of someone hiding something. That was the moment I knew I had her. I had proof of her secret affair, of her lies, of her betrayal. The next morning, I confronted her, not with shouting or accusations, but with the evidence I had collected. Her face drained of color, her carefully constructed mask crumbling as I laid every truth bare. She begged, of course, accused me of paranoia, but I had her caught in her own web. That was just the beginning. I wanted her to feel what I felt, humiliated, exposed, powerless. But I knew that real justice required more than just words. I wanted her to see the damage she'd caused me, to understand that loyalty isn't something you can buy or fake. So I took the evidence I had gathered and sent it to her employer anonymously. I knew her boss, an arrogant man who valued results over ethics, and I made sure he saw her secret lies, her betrayal of the company's trust. The look on her face when she was called into the office, confronted with her own deception, was priceless. It was the moment I saw her vulnerability, her world crashing down around her. I watched her get fired, the disgrace written all over her face, and I felt a surge of satisfaction. But I didn't stop there. I knew her friends, her family, her new lover, everyone who had been blind to her true nature. I contacted her sister, her best friend, the guy she'd been sneaking around with, and I told them everything. How she used me, how she betrayed her vows, how her loyalty was a lie. It was a slow unraveling, a final act that left her exposed and humiliated in ways she never imagined. And as I watched her lose everything she had built, I realized that true power isn't about revenge for its own sake. It's about reclaiming your dignity, about standing tall when everything else falls apart. I learned that betrayal cuts deep, but it also awakens a fire inside you, a fire that can burn the falsehoods and leave only truth. I am not the man I was before. I am stronger now, because I took back what was mine, my respect, my integrity, my life. And if there's one lesson I want you to take from this, it's that no matter how dark it gets, justice is never out of reach, especially when you refuse to be a victim. So, if you're ever betrayed, remember, the true revenge is not just making them pay, but rising above it, standing tall in your own truth, and showing the world that loyalty is a two-way street, and you're not afraid to walk away with your head held high. Like, share, and subscribe if you believe in fighting back and never letting betrayal define you.